All right, y'all. So this is the final video in our three-set video on the review for the Civil War. I don't know if that made sense. But let's discuss important people of the Civil War. Hopefully you remember Harriet Tubman. She's a really important person. We know that she escaped from slavery as a young woman in Maryland and went on to become a conductor on the Underground Railroad. Now remember that the Underground Railroad is not actually underground and it's not actually a railroad. We say that it's underground because it was a secret. It was not openly known to people. They had to keep it a secret because they were escaping from slavery. And the reason that we call it a railroad is because it was a network of passages. There were multiple stops along the way, just like a railroad would have. These runaway slaves were stopping at people's homes that were helping them. So Harriet Tubman helped many people escape slavery through the Underground Railroad. On to another abolitionist, Harriet Beecher Stowe. She wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin. We've already briefly discussed her. Her contribution to this causes of the Civil War were largely because of this book and because she exposed slavery for what it really was. On to John Brown, another abolitionist. He organized the raid on Harper's Ferry. People didn't necessarily agree with his approach to trying to start this slave rebellion, but he did contribute to getting the word out about just how bad slavery was because of what he was willing to do, sacrifice. On to some of our important leaders of the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln, of course, is a big one. He was the president of the United States. After the Southern states seceded from the Union, he remained president of the Union. We know that he was against slavery. He's responsible for the Emancipation Proclamation. He gave the Gettysburg Address. I could list a ton of things up here. I just chose some of the important ones. And again, he was assassinated in 1865. On to Jefferson Davis, who, after the Southern states seceded from the Union, Jefferson Davis, he did not run. There was no election. A group of leaders in the South sent him a letter and asked him to be the president, and he certainly couldn't turn it down. So he became the president of the Confederacy and did the best job he could, but he certainly had a big challenge ahead of him. On to our generals of each army. Ulysses S. Grant was the leader of the Union Army, and Robert E. Lee was the leader of the Confederate Army. And William Tecumseh Sherman was a really important part of the Civil War because he helped put an end to the Civil War with his very bold march to the sea, and how he organized his men to basically destroy everything in their path, which helped end the Civil War. And that wraps it up for us. So be sure to study through your packet. I think I reviewed a lot of the important points in these three videos, but definitely review your packet and any other information that we may have discussed. Good luck on your assessment, and I will see you guys soon.